It's Marcus Timson at FuturePrint Tech in Valencia, where the focus is on packaging and labels. But I'm really happy to have with me Mr. Richard Darling from Global Inkjet Systems. Hello, Richard. Lovely to see you here.
Hello. Nice to be here. It's much warmer here than it is elsewhere.
It is, absolutely. And Richard, you've kind of now, the last time we spoke, you have moved and you're doing something new. And tell us a bit about what it is you're doing and why you're here.
Well, I've moved from the dangly bits on the end that squirt the ink up the data path and into the software world, which is a new thing for me. But I think there's some things in that end of things that can actually help the print heads in the ecosystem, so building printers.
Right. So you've had experience working in heads. You know the inkjet world very well. Has this posed some challenges for you? You're be upstream now, are you?
Yeah, I am. It's new. It's learning, which I'm getting on a bit now, but doing a bit of learning as well. That's nice. I've always been interested in it, and I referred back to some of the things that I've done before. You know, the talky bits with you, and I've always had an interest in the way that the data actually gets to meet with the ink. So learning about that aspect of the technology and the capabilities, but also shaping up an organisation to do something maybe a little bit different to what has been done before.
Yeah, so you're sort of coming at it from a different point of view, got different ideas and so on. Obviously, you're here and there's a focus on packaging and labels, and there's some news recently with, I think, some collaborations with GIS and Fiery and so on. Tell us a bit more about that and what that might kind of mean to the industry, but also to you as a business.
Well, I mentioned software, and then software. There's a big topic. There's the things that actually do the signalling and the drive, but there's things that you can do to manipulate images, and there's also workflow. So we've got the link with Fiery, as you say, but also ESCO, which is very relevant in packaging. So the front end that users are very familiar with, and they're sort of industry standard. So connecting that up to our Atlas software so that we can have a seamless integration, which means that more things can get to market in a shorter time. So it makes sense at that end of things. I think we have a lot of capability from the software end of things inside GIS, but you just have to recognise that there are bits outside that are industry standard with even wider capability.
And you always give a good talks at events, and I'm looking forward to your talk you're going to give. Interesting title. Tell us a bit about the themes of the talk.
Well, it is, as you said, it's packaging and label, but I'm not sticking to that. I think my focus is on the way that we build inkjet printers, and rather provocative. You know me, a bit provocative. If we built Volkswagen Golfs, they'd probably be nearer $250,000 than 25 grand. And I think that says a lot about the process of manufacture. But there are some important distinctions between what we do in this community and what Volkswagen do. But it's the maturing and honing of efficient manufacturing that I'm talking about. And that means less vertical integration, more outsourcing of things that cost a lot to develop. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. Because I think there's a way that you can make industrial inkjet printers optimized.
Yeah, so what you're saying is really that we need to improve on that, because the more we can do that, the more ubiquitous the technology will be, the better industry will be in.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that some do it that way. Some really do it in a very efficient way, but lots don't, and they've got good ideas. But it actually helps to get a more saleable item and more useful item out to the market if we can learn from those sort of completely different industries. If we can learn and then put it together in the same way. I'm not saying it's just I'm drawing a parallel between automotive and our industry, but there are some things that we can learn and copy.
Absolutely, and it's always good for you to be challenging the community, isn't it? And sort of saying, has anyone thought about this? Why do we do things like that? Because I think you've said in the past, groupthink's a problem.
Groupthink can be a problem, but I was also told quite a few years ago now that I could have an argument in an empty room, which I can always see the alternative way of things. And I think conferences are really, like your events, are usually a good opportunity for people to challenge themselves and their thinking, and see if we can learn from each other and figure out better ways of doing things. So, yeah, I'm going to be provocative. You know that's going to happen.
No, absolutely. That makes it much more entertaining and informative and so on. I'm really happy to see you again. Looking forward to your talk, and looking forward to see how you develop within the business going forward. So thanks for joining us, Richard.
Thank you very much.